Hello and welcome back to the Football Discussion Channel. Another day, another video. Today's episode I will be talking about the first season of Sunderland Till I Die. Netflix series, documentary, TV show, whatever you would like to call it. Yes, it has been, I think, 2 years now since it's been released, but I barely watch TV as it is. I'm not out and about or watching football. Before getting to the video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any of these videos. Put on the notifications so you get notified of when they go live, the videos. Will get posted, I should say. Before I get into the... sorry about that. Before I get into the video, also, I've got an update about my business also, my own FIFA Ultimate Team card business. I'll show you 3 examples right now. 3 examples of cards you can get. You've got obviously your Bruno Fernandes Winter Refresh with a kind of different design. You've got sorry about anything in the background, obviously that's not thinging. You've got 3mm thick. I can do up to 5mm thick. You've got the overall card is slightly like that. It should be straight, but it's because of the way that the boards come in. You've got the Winter Refresh. You've got the Alphonso Davies Team of the Season. That's also 3mm thick. Sometimes the cuts ain't as clean the first time round, but after 1 or 2 go rounds, you obviously get your clean cut. And then obviously a slightly more custom Team of the Mbappe with his crying face. You do see some of the outer parts which haven't been as good through the editing part, and you do see bits of cuts, but this is more of a design or more of a what you'd call an example. You'd say just one that's showing you what can be made. The ones that I have personally produced for multiple people definitely are a lot better. These were the early designs, early prototypes, but they are much better than what the actual ones are. But yeah, enough of that. Let me just obviously pause the video. Let me just cut this out so then I can put this stuff away. Okay, that's done now. Just put the stuff away. But yeah, if you want any of your own FIFA Ultimate Team cards in real life, your own versions, there'll be a link in the description for the official Twitter account. That deal that I personally run myself. I do have a Facebook page that is Foot Your Cards on Facebook. It has got, for the profile, it has got the 2 Dutch cards. I just picked Dutch. 1 rare gold, 1 icon card. If you look at the cover photo, it's got a kind of designed Eric Cantona FIFA 21 icon version and Bastian Schweinsteiger FIFA 21 version. There's also a Instagram account that's the exact same, official will fit your card with the exact same. The Twitter will be linked in the description. There's constant sales. There's different pricing, different shipping costs, everything. There will be, most likely over the next few days, 50% off all products. That includes individual cards, that includes multiple sets of cards, includes mystery bundles. To find out more, go into the link in the description for the Twitter account for Fit Your Cards, and you can get yourself your very own FIFA Ultimate Team real life cards. With that enough promoting, already spent a few minutes doing that already, we'll go into the Sunderland Till I Die Season 1. You see the impact that getting relegated from the Premier League does do for teams. Right, sorry about anything in the background, I'm obviously in the house today, doing this. But yeah, getting relegated from the Premier League, I think in the documentary it says If I say a documentary or TV series, you know what I mean. The Sunderland Till I Die season 1. But in the first, I think, episode or two, either episode 1 or episode 2, you hear that 80, I think it was 85 or 86 people basically got made redundant. They got paid, they basically got sacked. Laid off. 85 or 86 people just off of the relegation from the Premier League alone lost their jobs in Sunderland at the Sunderland Football Club, which is very sad. But you do see more insights than obviously on Friday's episode was the Tottenham episode, but that's a higher end Premier League team that's going to be guaranteed. You basically don't get sackings. You don't get people getting paid off. You don't get people losing their jobs because they're guaranteed to be like almost like a top 6 club that are playing in Europe every season that's getting hundreds of millions of TV rights, sponsors of all forms of income. But in the lower teams, like Sunderland getting relegated 85 or 86 jobs. I think the following season when they got relegated to League 1, it'll be not similar to that to a certain extent, but it'll be to a certain point it would have been. Then you're finding out that obviously they were running Premier League budgets, they've had Premier League wages with players, the likes of Jack Rodwell in the documentary, which didn't leave the club after, was it £60,000 a week, which is upwards of £3.5 to £4 million a year. Getting expenditure in the Championship, which you only get, I think, maybe £5 million in TV rights, was obviously not enough to cover. You did get a lot of wheeling and dealing from the owner, Ellis Shorts, I think the name is. Well, the old owner, before the new one came in, that was basically no money to spend. You had to, for the likes of Simon Grayson and the chief executive, had to pretty much sell to buy, which was expected from the club if your owner does invest, as they pulled all investments to get the club sold, paid off all the club's debts and everything. But you do see of the teams have lesser money to spend, of how their transfers are run, how their strategy is run, how transfer deadline day is. Of, I think Simon Grayson wanted 5 players and only got 2 or 3. Only got 2 or 3 in out of the 5 or 6 I think he wanted. Obviously it started off okay, first 5 games are in the playoffs, but then slowly just got a point where they were fighting relegation. They were never getting out of the relegation zone pretty much every week. You're seeing how the players are struggling, how tactics were happening, and Simon Grayson was sacked. Come towards, I think, December, then Chris Coleman came in January, which it changed the mind massively quite quickly. They were able to get out of the relegation zone, but they did drop back in and couldn't really escape, as they were relegated with 2 games to go. It was either 1 or 2 games to go they were relegated with. You see, when he was somewhat backed in the January window, it wasn't too much. They lost their top goal scorer, Lewis Graben. He went back to Bournemouth after his loan, because Graben basically told Sunderland that he didn't want to be there anymore. He had his loan terminated. He went to Aston Villa and missed out on promotion with them, but went back to Bournemouth, and I think he's at Reading now. I don't know where he is. But you see, when they bring in Ashley Fletcher, they're one of the same team, because you got different types of strikers. You got Graben, a more experienced striker in the Championship, compared to a young, I think 19 or 20-year-old Ashley Fletcher, which clearly at the time didn't have enough experience to kind of guide Sunderland out of the relegation zone and to survival. Ultimately, Sunderland were relegated from the Championship, which then cost more money, because as it's run, as you get relegated from the Premier League, you get 3 parachute payments each year, ranging from I think 80 million to 20 million. So it's like 80, 50, 20 I think. I'm probably wrong, but I don't know, but I know you get 3 parachute payments. Sunderland missed out on the parachute payments because they were relegated to League One. The way it works, if Sunderland survived, and then they got relegated the next season, they'd got all the money for the parachute payments. But because they went straight from Premier League to Championship and then Championship to League One, the 3 parachute payments were null and void. Didn't happen, didn't get paid. So they got no help from the Premier League, as other clubs have, like Norwich, Bournemouth, QPR and everything. And they are struggling, as they're obviously now spending, I think, a third consecutive season, I think it is, in League One, which is nuts. It's either 2 or 3 seasons now they've spent in League One, and it's quite bad because they were Premier League mid-table standard about 5 years ago, but now it shows forms of bad management, forms of bad ownership can clearly have a tell. Look at the likes of Bolton, Bury, there was like Rushden and Diamonds also. They were a different exception, sorry about this, I haven't fixed something. But yeah, over on the documentary you do see, as I was kind of said on Friday, of how clubs are run. You're getting how it is a results-based business, where you don't get many like Sir Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger managers anymore, or where you get like a decade or 2 decades. Then the longest serving manager in England and now, I think it was Eddie Howe or Sean Dyche, but I think it is now Sean Dyche. It is constant, but you don't get too long in the job. You get expectations, you don't hit those expectations, you're sacked, you're gone, and it can be a revolting door, and Sunderland are a prime example of it. It's only, obviously I'm now starting to watch season 2, so it might either be Friday's episode or next week on Monday's episode. It'll be most likely Monday's episode because I'm having to kind of get stuff done now, so it'll be a bit busier. There will be a Friday episode. Well, there will be an episode on Friday, but it'll be most likely just be transfers, because it'll be a bit easier for me to sort out. But I think with that, before I finish off today's episode, like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment on your thoughts on the Sunderland documentary. If you want any of your own in real life FIFA Ultimate Team cards, click the link in the description and go to the Twitter page. It'll be the top line. There will be a wee message for the Twitter account. A few more lines below, there will be a message plus a link for the official Twitter account for the football discussion channel. But with the football discussion channel developing a wee bit, there'll be more guests coming on hopefully in a couple of months, next month or so. But as lockdown is getting stricter in the UK, especially in Scotland, it's going to be very much hard to get any from a guest because of their work commitments or travelling restrictions, like that. But yeah, before I go, there will be planned giveaways on Foot Your Card for my business every month, either starting the 1st of October or the 1st of November. I'm planning on doing at least 1 to 2 giveaways a month to promote the brand. If you want it, I'll quickly run over the prices now. There'll be a link in the description which will take you to the page which will tell you the prices. It's £10 per card. There are mystery bundles which are between 3, which if you want a team of season bundle is fully random. If you want a card type, so it's team of season, team of the week, scream cards, team of the years, whatever, for birthdays, or league specific cards like Premier League, Liga NOS, La Liga, stuff like that. Prices are below. Well, not below, but in the description to go over to the Twitter account to find out the prices. It is free shipping within the United Kingdom. The cards, I can tell you, are good quality. I will probably ask the ones I have done just to like even jump over and leave a review. So will be a pinned comment. It will be hard for the next few weeks because we're trying to get everything set up and going. with other commitments. But with that, we move, we continue, we grind. With that, catch us all later. Remember to like the video, subscribe. Catch us all later. Enjoy your day. Peace.